The gap sell methodology came about from, again, applying the consumer life cycle to the standard sales funnel and realizing that while, yes, immediate upsells can be very beneficial, that when you upsell somebody, that typically to have that upsell be directly relevant to the previous purchase. It's a very delicate balance, though, because on one hand, when you sell somebody something, it's supposed to be, more often than not, it's billed as a complete package, and so now if you're selling something else, that's another thing entirely. So you have to be delicate about how you balance those upsells. It's a very precarious thing that you need to be able to dial in right, so that way not only do you make the sale, but you set the right expectation as far as who you are, how you work with them, and making sure you stay congruent with their level of trust and respect. So the gap sell came about when realizing that more often than not, people were their upsells were just things that they could throw in. There were more cross sells than they were upsells, because it was not like they were taking one thing and then pushing them up to another level of the same concept. And so the gap sell is simply that to have a contextually relevant upsell path. But if it's not offered, if they don't take it, to either to wait over a period of time, and based off that person's engagement rates, if the person is struggling, whether through surveys or proactive customer service reaching out to them, or through them contacting you for help, then to offer that upsell again after a period of time. That's one way to do the gap sell. The other way to do the gap sell is to, if you're selling something that is more comprehensive and complete, to just offer that, but then have a period of time to where you have systems designed to measure the engagement rates with that individual, and then offer the upsell based off of positive engagement or based off of negative engagement. So if they're not engaging, hey, I noticed that you purchased this, but you haven't logged into the system yet. We have this other system available for you. Do you know you have this available for you? So that's the gap sell. The gap sell is realizing that there is a gap of time between when they purchase something and when you're actually going to offer them something different. But what is happening in between those periods of time, and making sure that you have analytics and things running in place to have the appropriate upsell or downsell, whatever the case may be. The gap sell itself is irrespective if it's up, down, or cross. The gap sell is simply an understanding that you're going to want to sell this person something again later on. So during that gap, making sure that you have your analytics and your systems in place to understand if they are engaging with you in a positive way, or engaging with, or non-engagement with you and such, and being able to have your systems to address that appropriately. And that is the gap sell.